China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, is a massive China-led infrastructure project that aims to stretch around the globe. It was launched in 2013 by President Xi Jinping as a way to link East Asia and Europe through physical infrastructure, such as railways, highways, ports, and pipelines. Since then, the project has expanded to include Africa, Oceania, and Latin America, significantly broadening China's economic and political influence. The BRI is sometimes referred to as the New Silk Road, because it is inspired by the ancient trade routes that connected China with its trading partners across Asia, Europe, and Africa. The original Silk Road arose during the westward expansion of China's Han Dynasty more than 2,000 years ago, and facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture. The BRI aims to revive this spirit of cooperation and connectivity in the modern era. The BRI consists of two main components: the Silk Road Economic Belt and the 21st Century Maritime Silk Road. The Silk Road Economic Belt is a network of overland corridors that connect China with Central Asia, South Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. The 21st Century Maritime Silk Road is a sea route that connects China with Southeast Asia, Oceania, Africa, and Europe. Together, these corridors cover more than 150 countries and international organizations, accounting for about 2/3 of the world's population and 1/3 of the global GDP. The BRI is not only about building physical infrastructure, but also about enhancing cooperation in areas such as trade, finance, policy, culture, and people-to-people exchanges. China has invested hundreds of billions of dollars in various BRI projects, such as railways in Kenya and Laos, ports in Pakistan and Sri Lanka, power plants in Indonesia and Egypt, and industrial parks in Kazakhstan and Ethiopia. China has also established multilateral platforms to coordinate and fund the BRI, such as the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, AIIB, the Silk Road Fund, and the BRICS New Development Bank. The BRI is widely seen as a centerpiece of Xi Jinping's foreign policy and a reflection of China's growing global ambitions. China claims that the BRI is a win-win proposition that benefits all participating countries by promoting development, connectivity, and mutual learning. However, some analysts see the project as a disturbing expansion of Chinese power and influence that poses challenges to the existing international order. Some of the criticisms and concerns raised by skeptics include: the BRI lacks transparency and accountability in its planning, implementation, and financing. Many BRI projects are negotiated behind closed doors without public consultation or environmental impact assessment. Some projects are also accused of being driven by political or strategic motives rather than economic viability or local needs. The BRI creates a debt trap for borrowing countries that may not be able to repay their loans or meet their obligations. Some BRI projects have resulted in unsustainable debt burdens for host countries that have jeopardized their fiscal stability and sovereignty. For example, Sri Lanka had to hand over its Hambantota port to China on a 99-year lease after failing to service its debt. The BRI undermines human rights and democracy in participating countries by supporting authoritarian regimes and ignoring labor standards and social safeguards. Some BRI projects have been linked to human rights violations such as forced displacement, land grabbing, corruption, and repression of dissent. Some projects have also been criticized for ignoring the interests and voices of local communities and civil society groups. The BRI threatens regional stability and security by creating geopolitical tensions and conflicts with neighboring countries and rival powers. Some BRI projects have been perceived as encroaching on the sovereignty or territorial integrity of other states or interfering in their internal affairs. For example, India has opposed China's involvement in Pakistan-administered Kashmir as part of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPC). Some projects have also been seen as advancing China's military presence or access in strategic locations such as Djibouti or Gwadar. The BRI is thus a complex network of infrastructure projects that connects China with its trading partners across Asia, Europe, and Africa. It has both opportunities and risks for all stakeholders involved. It remains to be seen how the BRI will evolve in the future, and what impact it will have on the world. China's freight railways are changing the map of Asia by boosting trade, enhancing connectivity, fostering regional cooperation, and increasing China's global influence. Here are some of the ways how China's freight railways are part of its Belt and Road Initiative, a complex network of infrastructure projects connecting China to its trading partners across Asia, Europe, and Africa. The initiative is widely seen as Beijing's effort to expand its economic and political clout in the world. China has opened new freight train lines to Laos, Thailand, and Vietnam in the last 6 months, according to state media. These lines are expected to reduce transportation costs and time, facilitate the flow of goods and people, and promote regional integration among the countries along the Lancing-Mekong River. China has also built cross-border railways with Russia and Mongolia, opening up new routes for transporting coal, oil, timber, and other commodities. These railways enhance the energy security and economic cooperation between China and its northern neighbors. China's freight railways also run through Central Asia, connecting Yiwu in eastern China to London in the UK. This route covers more than 12,000 kilometers and passes through Kazakhstan, Russia, Belarus, Poland, Germany, Belgium, and France. It offers a faster and cheaper alternative to sea or air transport for many goods. China's freight railways are not only for cargo, but also for passengers. China has launched high-speed passenger trains to Laos, which will eventually link to Bangkok and Phnom Penh. These trains will boost tourism, cultural exchange, and people-to-people ties among the countries involved. China's freight railways are reshaping the geography of trade and development in Asia and beyond. They are creating new opportunities and challenges for the countries along the routes. They are also reflecting China's ambition and vision for a more connected and prosperous world.